Greetings everyone, my name is Nolaf, and today we are going to be taking a look at both the M39 EMR and the HK417. And hopefully by the end of this video we will have figured out which one of the two you should be using, as they are very similar, both being the only two semi-automatic assault rifles in the game. Starting off with the damage of the weapons, the EMR will be dealing anywhere between 45 and 34 damage, depending on the distance, whereas the HK417 will be dealing anywhere between 48 damage and 35 damage, depending on the distance. This does mean that if you're shooting people in the stomach area where the multiplier is neutral, it will take you 3 shots to kill them. However, there is a bit more going on with these weapons than what meets the eye. They also have a chest multiplier of 1.05, a neck multiplier of 1.4, and a headshot multiplier of 2.3, which is actually going to affect the shots to kill differently for each weapon. I will put the results on the screen and you can have a look at it yourself. Now taking a look at the range for these two weapons, you can see that I've done this one a little bit differently than usual. That is because we are focusing on comparing the two guns, and also because the range modifiers on these two weapons aren't all that important. Now overall, as to be expected, the HK will perform slightly better than the EMR, not only because of the higher range stat, but also because of the higher damage stat, which does prolong the drop off quite a bit. Now moving on to the fire rate of these two weapons. Theoretically, if you were to click your mouse perfectly, the fire rate of the M39 would be 517, and for the HK it would be 455. However, actually managing to hit this fire rate is very unlikely, as in that's very much not going to happen. While this may play a minor role in how easily you will be overclicking your mouse using one over the other, I don't feel as though it's that huge of a benefit for the EMR over the HK, as you're not going to be wanting to spam your mouse button anyways. It's all about getting used to the fire rate and how fast you're allowed to click with each of the weapons, and with the HK actually killing in one shot less in a lot of instances, it will kill your opponent faster even with the slower fire rate. Speaking of how fast these weapons does things, the EMR will take 2.9 seconds to reload with bullets still left in the chamber, whereas the HK will take 2.8 seconds with bullets still left in the chamber. This will be taken down to 3.8 seconds for the EMR without any bullets left in the chamber, and to 3.4 seconds for the HK without any bullets left in the chamber. Both of these weapons will hold 20 bullets, and you will bring 60 bullets with you into combat when you respawn. This cannot be extended through the use of an attachment. The reload speed difference here won't really matter all that much, as it's only 0.1 second with bullets still left in the chamber, and as for the empty magazine, you don't really empty these two guns all that often. At least I don't feel like that's the case, you may be different, but I don't really tend to have an empty magazine on either of these two. So not all that big of a difference going on here. Overall, I do feel like the differences between these two guns aren't all that massive. However, where the HK really seals the deal for me is with the range and the damage. Being able to take down people in one bullet less in a lot of situations really emphasizes to me that the HK is the better gun of the two. Furthermore, I don't really feel like the EMR is that much easier to control even if the control stat is higher, so being able to stay on target with either of the weapons don't really feel all that different. So if you're on the market for a semi-automatic assault rifle, I would go for the HK. That is not saying that the EMR won't be able to perform just as well, you're just gonna have an easier time performing with the HK though. As for my recommendations as for attachments for both of the weapons, I would stay away from anything recoil reducing and the range modifiers, and just equip a scope and the hair trigger, which will make you able to shoot faster with both of the weapons. I don't really feel like you need anything else than being able to stay on target with the scope and being able to be easily forgiven for overclicking your mouse and also just shooting faster. Now I do believe that's just about everything I need to cover for these two weapons. I hope this video will help you out deciding which one of the two guns you're going to be purchasing, and that any EMR lovers out there don't take too much offense to my decision on the matter. Also, while I still remember it, I do apologize for the bad sound quality. Well, the worse sound quality than usual in the beginning of my video. I'm glad it changed. I don't really know what was going on, but it apparently fixed itself after some time for some reason. I hope you could bear to sit through that first part of the video, and the second part for that matter, even though the quality is what it is, and I hope you still managed to enjoy the video for what it is. Anyways, until next time, you guys take care.